Hello everybody, I am Amit Maru. Today we are going to discuss about very interesting topic, that is Huffman coding. As you know very well, Huffman coding is a best example of greedy method. Huffman coding is one of the very interesting algorithm. So this whole topic has been divided into different two parts in different two videos. In this first video, we will cover prerequisite of Huffman coding, which is very much important to understand. So in this video, we will cover compression and decompression technique, fixed length code, variable length code, and most important, that is prefix code problem. In our second video and second part, we will cover following points like Huffman coding, detailed algorithm of Huffman, and very much important, that is Huffman tree. So let us start our today's video, that is a prerequisite of Huffman coding that you must understand before understanding the Huffman coding algorithm. So before understanding about what is Huffman coding, you must know that what is use of Huffman coding. The Huffman algorithm basically used to reduce the size of any file without loss of data. It means that you should have an idea about compression and decompression of the file. I would like to give one hint. In our day-to-day life, we are habituated to compress and decompress the file, such as we are sending one file through mail, but the size of the file is suppose very large. So what normally we will do, we will use classic software to reduce the size of the file. And which software normally we are using? We are using classic software, that is WinZip and WinRAR file. This both the software basically we are using to reduce the size of any file. But do you have idea about how WinZip and WinRAR can reduce the size of file without loss of data? And exactly this process is known as compression. Let's understand it with one example. Let's say we have one file named file A, which has a large size. I want to send it on network after reducing the size of the file. This is our original file. We have two different algorithm here. This first algorithm is compression algorithm. So as we discussed, compression basically used to reduce the size of the file. And in second part, at the end, we have a decompression. It means that we need to get back our original file by using decompression of same file. So let us start. Before sending mail, we are just reducing the size of the file. So we have to pass our file to the compression algorithm, that is either WinRAR software or WinZip software. So this compression algorithm will get our file, will do some process on that file, and will give compressed file as an output. Now the size of the file A is less without loss of the data. Now this compressed file can be moved on our network very easily. At the end, we want to get our original data back, so that we have to pass our file to the decompression algorithm. This decompression algorithm basically used to decompress the file. It means that we'll convert our compressed file into the original file. So size will be as it is as the output of our decompression of the file. So this is decompression process, and we are getting original file A. Now what is exactly the size of the file? You must understand what is exactly the size of the file. Now let's understand how to calculate the size of file. Let's say we have one file named file A. In that, number of characters are there. If every character represented by ASCII code, then the size of every character is 7 bits. So just see this table, in that you can easily understand. As we discussed, every character represented with 7 bits of code, and normally it is known as ASCII code. So A can be represented by 7 bits, B can be represented by 7 bits, likewise C, D, E and F can be represented by 7 bits. Let's find out the size of the file. So how we can find the size of the file? We need to identify how many characters are there in the file, and we have to multiply with 7. So find out how many A characters available in this file. So it is known as frequency of A. So the frequency of A in this case is 45. And what is size of character A? That is 7. So 7 multiplied by 45, that is 315. So the total number of characters are 45, and every character requires 7 bits size. So it is 7 multiplied by 45, and our answer is 315 bits required for A character only. Now check for the B. How many times B available, or we can say what is frequency of B? In our case, the frequency of B is 13, and required bits to represent our B character is again 7 bits. So 7 multiplied by 13 is equal to 91. Same, just take another example. Suppose C represented by 7 different bits, and how many times C available, or we can say what is frequency of C in this case? It is 12. So 12 multiplied by 7 is equal to 84. Likewise, find out the size of D, E and F character. Then total size of the file is, for example, we have to add this all the value: 315 plus 91 plus 84 plus 112 plus 63 plus 35, and total is 700. So this is actually the size of the file. Now we want to reduce the size of the file without loss of the data. So we must understand basically two terminology. One is fixed length code and second one is variable length code. Let's understand both these terms with one example. Suppose again we have a same file, and file name is suppose A. In this file, as per the table, we can identify total different 6 characters are there in the file. We know the frequency of every character. It means how many times A available, how many times B available, and how many times C, D, E and F characters available. So we know very well about the frequency of character in the file. Now total 6 characters are there. Now we need to identify, we need to represent every character with minimum number of bits. So that we need to identify, we required minimum 3 bits to represent our 6 different characters. This method is also a fixed length code because every character represented by unique 3 bits. Hence represented 000 for A, it means our A represented by 000. This is the 3 bits. B represented by 001, 3 bits. C represented by 010, D represented by 011, E 100, F 101. So 3 bits for every character. Now find out total size of the file. So now you know very well frequency of A, B, C, D and F. So frequency of A is 45 and the size of A is 3 bits. So 3 multiplied by 45, that is 135. Frequency of B is 13 and the size of B is 3. So 3 multiplied by 13, that is 39. Same way you need to identify for C, D, E and F. So the total size of the file is 300. This technique is known as fixed length code based on the number of character of the file. In our case, total 6 different characters are there. So we must have a minimum 3 bits required to represent every character as a unique code. Now next method, which is very much important, that is variable length code. Why it is important? Because in Hoffman algorithm we are using this technique, that is a variable length code. In whole algorithm of Hoffman we are finding variable length for every character. We are going to generate one Hoffman tree to identify the unique variable code for every character. Let's say what is a variable length. Variable length means what? Variable length code means every character may have a different size and it is based on the frequency of character. If frequency of character is high, then number of bits to represent that character should be less, so that we can reduce size of the file as much as possible. Just take one example. Suppose in our example total 6 different characters are available. We need to check frequency which has the highest frequency. So here we can say A character has the highest frequency. It means that A available 45 times in the file. So as we already discussed, the frequency is suppose high, then number of bits to represent that character must be less. So in this case, in our example, we have taken only one bit 0 to represent our A, because the frequency of A is large. Frequency of A is highest in our case. So A can be represented by only one bit, that is 0. In our case, B can be represented by 3 bits, that is 101. C by using 100 3 bits, D 111 3 bits, E 1101 by using 4 bits, F 1100 by using different 4 bits. So you must understand, you must focus here is, if the frequency of character is high, then number of bits to represent that character should be less, so that we can reduce size of the file as much as possible. This is very much important, and the same concept we will use in our Hoffman coding. Now next one is prefix code problem. See, this is very much important. As we discuss, character must represented with variable length, but we cannot randomly assign bits to every character based on the frequency. Otherwise we may face prefix code problem. Just take one example. Suppose we have a different 4 characters such as A, B, C and D, and their corresponding variable length code can be suppose 00, 01, 0 and 1. Here just see A by using 00, B represented by using 01, C by using single bit 0 and D by using 1. This coding leads to ambiguity because code assigned to C is prefix of code assigned to A and B. Say again, I am repeating, what is exactly the prefix code problem? Prefix code problem state that code assigned to one character must not be prefix code assigned to other character. In our case, C represented by 0, and 0 is a prefix of 00 and prefix of 01. It may create ambiguity. How it creates ambiguity? Just take one example. Suppose our compressed file bit stream is suppose 0001. Suppose this is our compressed output 0001. Now just decompress it. Now once we start to decompress it to get the original output, at that time here 3 times 0 available and then after 1. So 0 can be represented as C, so we can get output as C, C, C and D. First 3 times 0 represented by C, so C, C, C and last 1 represented D, so output is D. But if we check perfectly, then we can say that your decompression algorithm can also generate CCB, because first 0 can represent C, second 0 C, and then if we consider 0 1, then 0 1 it means that B. So we may have output C, C and B. Likewise, if we consider 0 0, first two bits combinedly if we take, then 0 0 represent A. So we can have output like 0 0 means A, 0 means C, and 1 means D. So we can have output A, C and D. If we take two characters at a time, for example 0 0 first, then we can have A output, then second 0 1, it means that B, so we can have output B. See, total 4 possibilities are there. We can have output C C C D, C C B, A C D, A B. So which one is our correct output? This is known as ambiguity, and this is also known as prefix code problem. Our Huffman gives surety that there will not be a prefix code problem once we generate variable length code for every character by using Huffman tree. So how to generate variable length for every character by using Huffman tree, that we will discuss in our next lecture. So just wait for our next lecture. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much.